All right, everyone, good morning. This is an end of week day trading update. So what I'll do, I'll just go through my trading notes from Monday to Friday, and then I'll touch upon the end of week update as well. So I was slightly positive this week, but before we get into how the week ended up P&L wise, just want to touch upon Monday. So I do post these after each session. Typically what I've been doing is trading 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and I'm finding myself trading FMG. Now, I have held FMG before as a investment. I did get out of that, but I guess for me, and I did attach the depth chart. What I'll talk about here is it was a short on FMG. Now, I didn't actually get filled for this. So what happened here, I was also watching Santa Barbara as well with the gold price up, although Santa Barbara got a downgrade, so I've not participated in that. But what I was watching, let's see if we can zoom in here. So VWAP, so I do watch VWAP, and it makes sense to me, and it's something that's objective as well. So it broke through here, and the entry was, it was at, I think I tried to get in at 23. All right, let me have a little read of this. So it broke through 23.07. I hesitated, altered my entry price. Yeah, so so there was and what I typically monitor as well is just the price of iron ore as well. Typically ComSec on Twitter posts that up as well. And yeah, so what happened was I set the limit order at, must have been, let's have a look at this. See what I'm trying to ascertain here. Yeah, it was this. It was the break of 23. So what had happened is, and this was around the order time as well, and that there'd been a bit of a rotation and there'd been an accumulation there of offers too. And that was a clear trigger. So I think I got in at 23, but I clicked the mouse and I must have just missed out as I was trying to move the stop loss. I'm like, I couldn't amend it because the order hadn't even been activated. So, well, the order was activated, but it wasn't filled, and obviously it fell down pretty quick. So that was a little unfortunate, and from memory, I thought it just thrashed around a bit and actually broke a little bit lower as well. So that was Monday. Let's go to Tuesday. So the only trade I got here was bet end of day. So it was just a small position at 500 shares. Again, guys, I am stepping it up, and as you saw later in the week, I did step it up with the actual sizing in regards to, you know, how much is at risk. But I got in at 150. It was 158 as well was the entry. And I'll just bring up the depth here. So I use it in conjunction with the depth, in conjunction with the chart as well. So again, there'd been a nice accumulation. My stop loss was at 147 as well with this entry, and then just a nice basis support there with the orders, and there just seemed to be a little bit of a stepping down of the offers as well. So bids were accumulating, which I like to see. So it held up pretty nicely there. It was over the, if we zoom in on here as well, so the 50-day moving average was pretty much 150 as well. It might have been 147.5 actually was the stop, just based on the VWAP positioning as well. So I was mistaken there, but so that was that. So, and again, it was close to end of day as well. It was about 2 minutes before close. So that was the trade on Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Now, when I upload it to TradeView, it's a day behind, so that's why there's going to be a discrepancy with that. And obviously, I didn't upload Monday trades. All right, so this would be Wednesday now, the 19th. So yeah, it was 147.5 was, so I closed out on bet there, unfortunately. think it did actually rally into the day, but again, I'm very much focused on just getting in and out here. So I'm not hanging around all day. I've got other stuff that I have to do. I'm also into Forex as well. So I work for a Forex company in Singapore. But anyway, so, and now FMG as well. I had a few, there was a few parcels there. So I stepped up volume, as you can see. There was 400 shares, 400, it was, yeah, 400 shares, I believe. Or maybe not. Let me just review this a little bit. It was only 200. It just took like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 6 orders to fill. So today I was only at 200 shares on FMG. So yeah, so 152 on bet seemed to be a little bit of resistance, and then I didn't move the stop loss, honestly. Here's bet here, and that's the close, and it did actually come back again. So, but you know, I was monitoring FMG as well, so that's why I really limit the stocks that I monitor, because I get a little bit confused and then I'm all over the place. I didn't bring up the depth chart here. I think I need to add that as well, because it adds a little bit of context to it. So FMG gap down and pulled back over 23. We're showing signs of exhaustion. The entry was 23.07. I should read this before, but it seemed, yeah, 23 flat was holding support. I did close at 23.05. I think the breakdown did occur as well, and iron ore was down again a little bit. So what happened here was, I want to find the depth chart, because from my understanding, the 23 did step down in the end, and there was, you know, a trading opportunity there. So I just got a little bit impatient. I mean, I didn't have it open very, I did actually give it a little bit of time. Got in a little bit later than I normally do, so I closed out at 9.16 on that trade. But all right, so this was probably the trade of the week. So I had stepped up volume. It gapped down as well, so it had gapped down. I think the risk sentiment was pretty off, but then the market had a pretty nice day on Thursday as well. So I got in at 22.35 after a bit of settling. So now I recall this. All right, so we've got the depth chart here. So there was some settling that was taking place here. Again, volumes were a little low. The market's been lacking a little conviction, but I just saw things step up a little bit. And by showing this, I'm not really... Essentially what happened was a few bids did come in, and that's what attracted me to this. And also, you've got to put it into the situation with this. So I think the bottom was like 22.30. So I was watching this. I'm just going to sip my coffee here, guys. And so 22.30 came into play, bottomed out. This was a little aggressive because we were below VWAP, but I got in, small step up in volume as well, as you can see. So I was like, okay. And I think this day, iron ore was up a little bit as well. And we might have had, the US was flat-ish from memory. So with the 10-year treasury yield came off a little bit. They approached 1.7, but I think it wasn't a terrible session in the US. So, you know, risk sentiment wasn't too bad. Again, it was a little aggressive because VWAP was there, but I'm like, I went for this. I did go for it. I'm like, you know what? It's bottomed out, it looks like. There was some strong support at 30. I might have even just dipped below 22.30. So I got in, and then I'd like just to share my exit thesis. So the 50-day SMA was there. Now this thing did continue to run as well, as you can see, but not much more, honestly. I think it closed the gap at 75 or so. So I mean, I did leave a little bit on the table there. That was probably another 40 odd dollars. So this was an $86 trade. And again, I am working on sizing as well. So this is about double of what I normally do. But I've really been, what I'm doing is I'm going to bed earlier, and I'm getting up and I'm preparing things. And then I do some work that I need to do. And then I come onto the screens completely focused. Because I'm someone that's like easily distracted with other stuff going on. So... But the exit here, there was 2260 was VWAP or thereabouts, and I was sort of like, there might have been a couple of tests of it. 54 was still hanging around. I guess I was probably thinking about the P&L a little bit. So I mean, to bring it up, I think maybe one test had been made, came back, and then I'm like, I'm satisfied with this. And I was probably a little jittery just with the extra sizing as well. But that was that. And now, I didn't write in 21st, 05, 2021. That's a little bit. All right, so, hooly dooly. We've got this. So I was long biased on FMG. And as you can see, I've traded it a few times this week. So my original entry was here. It was 2268, and I've attached the entry here. So just trying to ascertain what I've done here. That looks like it was the exit actually, which is unfortunate how I've done that. It's more the exit I've done here. Bring up the chart. Yeah, so 68 was the first entry. And, really we're in a downtrend. I think this thing closed at like 2240 odd. But anyway, so my next entry was 2245. We saw the bounce, and I wanted just a little bit of confirmation because I was a little concerned. I think iron ore was down on the day as well, or overnight in the futures markets. And then, had the rally, and we were at around 55. It spiked to 60, or slightly more, maybe 61. Had my opportunity, but, what I was thinking is I was up at that point around here, I was up just slightly on the week. From yesterday, so it would have been about $90 for the week, and I'm like, let's try and get this to 100. That's what I was honestly really thinking about. And to be fair, I mean, I'm just trying to ascertain. I swore I sort of attached the exit as well. I think I'm going to have to do that. But essentially, really, there was a downtrend going on here, and price tried to rally back. But we've got VWAP, we've got the 50-day moving average here, and it was just not happening. And I gave it time, but I was on tilt. One of the members in the Discord chat that I'm in with the Signet Develop chat mentioned this as well. And when you're thinking about the P&L, you're on tilt. And I was, and it was subtle, and it was unfortunate. But so in the end, that was, and then I was moving the stop loss as well. And I fat fingered it, and I was at break even, but then it was turning, and I sort of went to 47, and then I must have dropped it back down again to 37 accidentally instead of 47. And so then I'm like, then I went below 45, and I ended up having to close at 39. So that was, quite unfortunate when when I was sitting in. At one point, this trade was up pretty nice. It was up from 20.45 to about 55. So it was 10 basis points there. So it is what it is, though, guys. But anyway, thanks for watching. And I think I'll amend all this as well. I share everything as well on my social medias, so feel free to check it out. But, in closing, the end of day, end of week. So here it is. So here's how things have been looking. As you can see, that would have been about a $4 positive, but it changes to 56. So it's quite easy. And then, 88, minus 6 would be 82 for the week instead of, it's about 20, isn't it really? I mean 56. And 6 is 62, 84 minus 62, so it's not really, $22 or so. $22 gain for the week. But as you can see, back to slightly negative as well. Now, this doesn't take into consideration the commissions as well as the fees for the fees associated with Spark, as well as you pay a data fee for my broker as well, for Invast. So that needs to be taken into consideration as well, guys. But, I'm chugging along. I'm really liking the experience. And for anyone that watches these videos, and I've mentioned the Discord chat, if you are interested, I'm not an admin, so you're going to have to email me. And my email is in my YouTube as well, scott.andrews275@gmail.com. All right, and then we can get you added in. Won't be me, though. But again, I'm in a privileged situation where my work allows me to do this, and but there's a lot of work, like you're getting up early, and then after the trade, I'm reviewing the tape as well. So I'm very much enjoying this process, and as you can see, it's not profitable currently, but I'm getting there. So, but some nice winning trades, and obviously I had the best winning trade. I also had my worst losing trade as well this week. But thanks for watching, guys, and bye for now.